Hey everybody, we're at Jekyll, Georgia at the Georgia Turtle Center. So, we've been wanting to come here for a while. You ready?
Yes.
I am too, so let's go. This is the Georgia Sea Turtle Center. I like how they got all these names down here for people that have bought bricks. Oh, look at the turtle. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that right there. How creative. That's a bright lot. Oh, that's pretty. Oh.
So we're here, if they're born here as a hatchling, they'll kind of go out and get into the surface and see, and there's a period of time that is plus years. So after the hatchlings get into the ocean, you go out to the surface and see, which is a big seaweed-like vegetation. There's food sources, there's protection, it's a little bit longer there, closer to the surface, so it's a great area.
That is so pretty. It shows they got the hawksbill, Kemp's really leatherback, green, and loggerhead. Oh, look at that. That is so cute.
Those guys come in. 1 out of 10,000 make it to 30 minutes. Most of them make it to the sea. This guy you're going to meet in a second is Frank. He didn't make it, so they still get up for education.
I'd like to see that at least once in my life. I know what would happen. I'd end up crying. I'd be like, go, baby, go. Oh, that's an interactive game. You have to do it. I bet you can get a trap that way. So you got to go a little bit more. And then go down. And then go that way, that way, that way. Then you got to turn it. And then go that way, and that way. Woo. Oh my Lord, we won. It's a miracle. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah. He's alive. Gracious, oh my God.
Yeah, they'll take him out to the Sargasso Sea and release him here in a few months.
It's about how old is he?
He was born in August of 2023.
Oh, okay.
So he's about 18 months old. Yeah. So he was found in the bottom of the nest 5 days after the nest hatched. We do an inventory on the nest. And he was found in the bottom as a straggler, dehydrated, and they brought him to the hospital, and he was our ambassador for 2024. So he'll be leaving soon, so that's good for him.
Yeah. I know, I think the aquarium in South Carolina, I think they had like a breakfast thing.
Yeah.
Called them
Yeah,
pancake
we do
and kind of
different
stuff.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It keeps it fun. So. But yeah, when you go next door, you'll be able to see several. We've got several Kents. We have some greens and some loggerheads all three. So yeah, and there's signage up outside, like. Yeah, it is.
Oh, this is moose. That's pretty cool. These are so beautiful. Oh, that's a puzzle. Ta-da!
Which is surprising considering how large she didn't think you needed something more.
Oh, that's cool. So that shows how they look with their shell on. You don't have their shell. Ooh, oh. How cool is that? Well, I guess that shows what happens if you don't stop for the turtle. It just flips over and dies in the road. I guess that shows the litter that happens. Oh, this is nice.
Congratulations! You lived to be 1 year old. You survived the many perils of the beach, dodging predators like raccoons and ghost crabs, and even crawled around the moat of a sandcastle to reach the water. Many of your brothers and sisters never made it that far. Following the Atlantic Ocean currents, you made your way to the Sargasso Sea, feeding on small marine invertebrates. But the ocean can be a dangerous place. There are also predators in the water, and unfortunately, you fell prey to a passing barracuda. Congratulations! You lived to be 15 years old. As a juvenile sea turtle, you grew to be 10 times the length you were as a hatchling. Your days were spent drifting in the Sargasso mats and warm ocean currents until you were 12 years of age. As you matured, you left the relative safety of the Sargasso Sea to make your way back to shallow coastal waters. Your taste in food has grown with you, expanding to tasty meals of crabs, whelks, and other marine invertebrates. Unfortunately, on the way, the ocean currents took you off course and into very cold water. Too cold for you to survive. Congratulations! You lived to be 29 years old. As a sub-adult loggerhead sea turtle, you have already survived many dangers. You navigated the beach as a hatchling and grew in safety as a juvenile in deep ocean and in shallow coastal waters. Recently, you moved back into deeper waters. One day, you saw a flashing light that led you to what you thought was a tasty meal. But unfortunately, it was the bait on a long-line fishing hook which held you underwater until you drowned. Congratulations! You have beaten all the odds and lived a full and long life for a sea turtle. You've been through a lot. You managed to avoid the many dangers of the beach, the open ocean, and life in the coastal waters of your birth, both natural and man-made. Your shell has provided a safe home for dozens of living organisms. You have had many mates over the years and sent many young hatchlings on their own journey of life. Not many will be as lucky as you. Only about 1 in 4,000 sea turtles grow into adulthood.
That stuff go right through the bottom, so the fisherman still is not.
So he's a local fisherman.
Yeah, this guy's came up with the concept.
So has anybody else adapted that concept?
Right now it's required for all shrimp trawlers because the turtles are protected. and there's been other versions of the device, but the concept was the awareness that we're losing sea turtles to man-made hazards like this, and that's not what was intended, because they're just trying to fish for. So this is How are you guys doing today?
Good. How about you?
Good. So these are the 5 sea turtles that we have in our waters here, starting with the loggerhead, which is the biggest. The loggerhead is the one hanging right there, the darker colored one. And loggerheads can grow 6 to 10 feet long and 2,000 pounds. So think of it like a small car. That's the size and scope the loggerheads will get to. And loggerheads, their primary diet is jellyfish and sea anemones, which is surprising because considering how big these guys get, that they're generally eating, soft tissue type diets. The green sea turtle is the second largest sea turtle we have, and the green sea turtle is the only vegetarian, and it's the only one with teeth.
Oh, wow.
So you see these little teeth here. They're not really sharp because all they're really trying to do is grab onto the grass and rip it off and chew it a little bit. But their heads, even though they're the second largest sea turtle, their heads are much smaller because they don't need to have really powerful jaws to crunch down on things, because they're really just eating the grass and the seaweed. But green sea turtles will grow to 4 or 5 feet in terms of body size and about 400 pounds. These are loggerheads, and loggerheads are very predominant on Jekyll Island. There'll be a lot of nesting sites in the summertime. And loggerheads, their skull has these 2 large cavities right here, and these cavities are where their jaw muscles go. So they say that a loggerhead's strength of their jaws is comparable to an alligator's jaws in terms of that crunching, grabbing power. And the little tiny cavity right here is where the brain goes. So they're very small brains,
very little.
but very big jaw muscles in terms of their crunching ability. So these guys, they need that because their primary diet is crabs and horseshoe crabs, and then conch shells and whelks. So they're basically crunching down on a crab, maybe biting it in half and then swallowing it, digesting it. And a crab would stay in a loggerhead stomach for 2 to 3 days for digestion purposes. And with these shells right here, they're picking those up. Their jaws are crunching them and breaking them, and then they're eating the snail or whatever it happens to be inside of it. This is the next largest. These are the hawksbill turtles, and the hawksbills will get to about 3 feet in body size and about 200 to 300 pounds. And they call them hawksbills because you can see kind of in the profile, it almost looks like a raptor's head with a beak in the front. So they're called hawksbills, and their head's a little bit different. It's kind of pointed at the end. These are more rounded. Hawksbill is pointed. Their primary diet is going to be sea sponges and little bits of coral and sea animals that are in and around kind of coral beds, and they use their kind of pointed nose to kind of get into those nooks and crannies and get those little food sources out. And then the smallest sea turtle that we have is called the Kemp's Ridley, and the Kemp's Ridley will get to 80 to 100 pounds and about 1.5 to 2 feet in terms of body size. Kemp's Ridley is kind of similar to the loggerhead in terms of, you can see in those jaw muscle cavities there, and then a little tiny brain cavity. The only sea turtle we talked about that has teeth is the green. So these other ones don't have teeth. What they do have, because they're really just using their jaws for crunching, is they have these little keratin plates. So keratin is kind of what our fingernails are made of. And keratin will grow back. So if these guys are crunching something really hard, instead of bruising the bone or hurting the bone of their skull, the keratin will kind of absorb the impact, and the keratin will grow back and strengthen over time again. So most of the sea turtles will have this kind of keratin plate around their jaws. And these Kemp's Ridleys are eating similar to a loggerhead. They're eating smaller crabs and snails and shrimp as they come in.
But it's more fun for them to be able
And all 5 of these are, you can see them hanging up there in that space, and we're on the other side of that little piece on the other side. They talk about
See how much you can see.
That's pretty cool. Like if they had one in there, you would be able to see what they were doing. Hmm. That's cool. That's the transmitters that they use and stuff to see where they at. I don't like my fingers. That's pretty cool. Obviously, it does not like my hands. I can't get doing that for me. don't see one back there. Unless it's hiding. You don't see one either? That's hard to read, but it says it's not easy being a box turtle. And the biggest threat to box turtles is habitat fragmentation. Habitat fragmentation occurs when a landscape is divided into many disconnected patches of habitat via roadways and land development. This means that turtles are forced to cross roadways, more often increasing their chances of getting hit by a car. Also, human encroachment means that turtles are exposed to human-associated threats such as dogs, lawnmowers, pesticides, and decrease in available food resources. Habitat fragmentation not only has negative effects on box turtles, but also has negative implications for many other animals as well. Box turtles get their name from their ability to pull their limbs and head completely into their shell. This is accomplished by a specialized hinge on the bottom of the shell. And that shows the different box turtles of eastern United States. You got the three-toed box turtle, eastern box turtle, Gulf Coast box turtle, and Florida box turtle. It says gopher tortoises. And that shows how many sea turtles have been released from here. It's pretty cool. Experiment. This is pretty impressive. Oh, look at Spearmint. Oh, they're full. So, Spearmint is 7 pounds. Sorrel is 4 pounds. And they're recent additions here. They were cold stunned. And parsley is 6 pounds. And we got Siesto and Sage. So it looks like Sage is really moving. And Siesto weighs 4 pounds. Sage weighs 7. It says vanilla here. I feel better about my life now. They got mirrors up there so I can see them. vanilla weighs 7 pounds. And this one over here is going to be anise. Oh, there it goes. So we got cayenne over here, and cayenne weighed 6 pounds, and Dixon weighed 6 pounds, and coriander weighed 7 pounds.
If you folks would like to watch, I'm about to feed oregano right over there. We're going to be feeding a little afternoon snack to oregano. So he is a Kemp's Ridley sea turtle, which is one of our carnivorous species. So they like to eat a lot of seafood, a lot of fish out in the water. And typically here in Georgia, that would be things like shrimp, crab, and actually oysters as well. But here in our hospital, we feed out slightly different things. So we still offer fish, shrimp, squid, things like that. But for oregano's little afternoon meal, we've actually decided to freeze all those pieces of fish down into this ice block here. So this is a form of enrichment. So it's kind of like a puzzle feeder for a sea turtle. Oregano's going to have to work a lot harder to figure out how to get to that seafood. Work at it a little bit more. So it's just a great way to enrich their mind while they're here in our hospital. So basically, I was just going to kind of wait for a second where it's easy for me to drop it in with oregano not looking at me, and then oregano will slowly but surely work on this ice block. So, it's not in there. Yeah, they're usually pretty big fans of mealtime.
Aren't we all?
He'll really get into it once it melts down a little bit and the fish starts to easily come out of there.
That is a big turtle
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, oregano only weighs like 5 pounds. Nutmeg weighs 25 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
And then even bigger than that, curry over there weighs 50 pounds.
Whoa.
If you look up in the mirror, you might be able to see.
You see in the mirror? Those big turtles.
Yeah, Cardamom's a little jealous, and you can see one of the reasons why we have them divided up. Now, sometimes they like to let it melt a little bit. Sometimes they don't want to work at that ice all that much. But Cardamom next door is trying real hard.
Yeah, that other baby turtle's going to get it.
Regular, you gotta eat your food. They are, yeah. So they're solitary animals, so they don't like sharing with This is a secondary reason too. They have individual personalities. I'm sure there are some that would be perfectly tolerable sharing a plate with other girls.
big.
Is that for water drain?
What?
Is that for water drain?
Yes, it is. Let's see all the water coming out.
Yeah, no, people don't believe us. Like, yeah, they all have individual personalities. Some of them are always stressed out. Others are kind of like, and then others are, grumpy a little bit. So every single one has had a walk in and they were really confident out there. And they received some really good
Alright, so it says that they rehabilitate more than just sea turtles. They do box turtles, diamondback, gophers, and yellow belly sliders. And cayenne was 6 pounds, Dixon was 6, and coriander was 7. I think I might have already said that. So that down there is cayenne, even though we can't see cayenne. Oh my gosh, look at this one.
They got 5 in there. There are 5
That
in
is
there.
so precious. Oh my gosh.
You see that big one back there?
Oh, that's coriander and turmeric back there in Dixon. These are just adorable. That's the kind they got at Huntington Beach. I think that's the kind they got at Huntington Beach in the aquarium.
They're 5. There's 1 over there, 2 on the bottom, another one. I don't know where the other one's at. But they found them also. Because I counted them a while ago.
We do. So, Nutmeg was a cold stem just like these guys. We got stuck in really cold weather. But what we think happened before that was actually a boat strike. And that boat strike hit right about here on their flipper. And it broke the bone underneath really bad. And we tried to let it heal for a couple months, but then we had to actually amputate it. His limb is gone, yeah.
So this talks about the lockerheads that arrived in January. You got curry, that was 50 pounds, dill at 36 pounds, and thyme at 47 pounds.
And so, Nutmeg in particular, when they arrived in December, they basically had already kind of risen up. They weren't using it to swim, they were just kind of dragging them around. It was an extra already. But as you can see, they're not letting it slow them down. Honestly, we joke, we think Nutmeg feels a lot better because before the surgery, they were kind of docile. They would let us do whatever. As soon as they woke up, she immediately was like, I'm going to bite all of you. So she's feeling a lot spicier. So we think she's enjoying not having that lid on her anymore. That's not. How do we keep the water really cold so that their beds
And that shows Nutmeg is 25 pounds.
You don't? Yeah, we don't do that, but they do. They're really great reps. Nasty guys. Yeah. That's why we don't do it. You saw the bone inside. Yeah.
And that's ginger, cardamom, bay leaf, and oregano.
I got both. I got that one. Plastic walls, but in the summertime we roll those up so that it's kind of more outside. But it's still a little chilly for these guys.
Is the water regulated?
It is, yeah. So that's another thing that our filter.
And bay leaf weighs 6 pounds, oregano is 6 pounds. Ginger is 4 pounds, and cardamom is 6 pounds. Over here we have clove, saffron, lemongrass, and rosemary. Shows lemongrass is 4 pounds, rosemary is 5 pounds, clove is 4 pounds, and saffron is 7 pounds. And over here we have chicorée, sesame, basil, lavender, cilantro, and paprika. Lavender weighs 8 pounds. Cilantro weighs 5 pounds. Paprika weighs 4 pounds. Chicory weighs 3 pounds. Sesame weighs 4 pounds. And basil weighs 6 pounds. Like lavender is missing a lot of shell. Oh yes, that one must have got hit by a boat. I had to. I don't know though. Maybe that's some. That must be basil because it says missing right rear flipper. Yeah. Yeah, that's lavender on the front, so that's basil that's missing its back. This is cool. I got, it's like books that tells about their former patients and stuff. Oh, and their current ones. Lord have mercy. That's cute. I've never seen anything like that before. Oh, they even got shoes, Mom. They're only $35. We got bath bomb. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up our video for the Georgia Sea Turtle Center. I don't know how Mom liked it, but I thought it was fantastic.
It was good.
It was worth the money, but apparently it's cheaper to buy your tickets online before you get here. And the reason I know it's cheaper is because I already had it in my cart, but I was like, nah, I don't know what time we're gonna get here because, you know, we're on I-95, so, you know, for future reference. I'd love to go back in there again. Gift shop is really nice.
Yeah.
I didn't buy anything though because I've already bought something at the other store. And
They actually had a discount rate.
yeah, they did. And they had a hoodie, and I would have bought the hoodie, but it was white, and I don't really like to wear white too much. It gets dirty, and it just,
You'll get it dirty.
it doesn't look good on me. Yeah, it doesn't look good on me. Now, if it had been yellow or pink or gray or black or green or red, that thing would have already been in the car. But it wasn't. But they got a lot of turtles in there, and actually they just brought another one out of the car right there while we were sitting here. So I don't know what they're gonna name that one. And I think it was worth the money. We've been coming to Jekyll Island since 2019, off and on. And I always said I want to go to the Sea Turtle Hospital, so today we went. And they had a lot of turtles. And I like how they got the mirrors above some of the tanks so you can see them. And I've never done a turtle release on the channel, but I have been to turtle releases before, but that was before I had a YouTube channel. That is something special to see. In South Carolina Aquarium releases a lot of turtles, and they said they release a lot of turtles here, but if they come from like Florida, they have to take them back to Florida because the state of Florida wants them released back into Florida. So that was interesting to find out.
Maybe in South Carolina, whatever the beach, I think they can't come in on, they take it back to that beach.
Or they take it out. You know, it's like different. Sometimes they take the turtles that comes to South Carolina. Sometimes they take them to St. Augustine and release them because the water's warmer. But we've seen some at Folly Beach. Well, no, I'm lying. We've never seen them at Folly Beach. Isle of Palms. Isle of Palms, and one time they released one at Huntington Beach, and I just love it. I'll be out there. It's gotta say it, but I'm happy for them because they're going back home, and you can see the excitement in the turtles once they are going back home. So, yep, they do. Let me flip it over so you can see the band. How pretty is that? The sun wasn't hitting it. We're gonna wrap it up. Say toodaloo. Please subscribe. If you're ever in Jekyll Island, Georgia, definitely come here. It was worth the money, in my opinion. And I think in your opinion too.
It was good.
It was good. I treated her today. I bought the tickets today, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, so if you're ever here, come. If you're a sea turtle lover like me, because I love them. I love them. I love them. Not as much as an alligator, but it's pretty close. So, so anyway, that's going to do it for this one. We'll see you somewhere else. So, toodaloo. Yes, please subscribe. And we'll see you somewhere else. So, bye. Bye.